Hello, everybody. Welcome to this session where we talk about artificial intelligence and elections. Let me start with a funny experience. Some months ago, when I brought up this subject of massive misuse of artificial intelligence, especially generative artificial intelligence in elections, since we are going to have elections, general elections next year in India, a lot of people behaved as though I was exaggerating. They were skeptical. And it's not just about India. We also have elections in the US next year, and shortly after that in the UK. And we have elections this year in Argentina, where in all these countries, especially in the West and also in Argentina, people, the media, are concerned about the misuse of artificial intelligence. And here we aren't. But all skeptics, whoever thought all this is exaggeration, have been proved wrong. And here we have a case now. None other than the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi himself, has claimed that he is a victim of a deepfake attack. And deepfakes are created using generative artificial intelligence. And he has also warned against the use of this technology. Let me show you an example. My wife bought this birthday greeting for a friend from a well known gifting website. She was able to add a friend's name to an AI generated video of a Bollywood actress. And the result was quite realistic.
Hi, Isna. I'm here to wish you a very happy birthday. May this year bring you more love, good health, and happiness. May you always be at the right place at the right time. And may you always get all of the good things that your heart desires.
It cost her, believe me, just a few hundred rupees. This is how easy it has become. Here I have Ritesh Bhatia, one of India's finest cybersecurity experts, talking to me about the potential misuse of generative AI in the run up to the 2024 elections. He's a TED speaker, cybercrime investigator, and founder of V4WEB Cybersecurity, which is based out of Bombay. At earlier, we used to talk so incessantly about bots, and bots were considered the villain in because they used to amplify messages, amplify disinformation or even information, and in a larger way, and especially in an election. Are we have we transcended that phase? Are bots passe now?
Ullekh, firstly, thank you so much for doing this. As I always say, journalists like you and media is the one that is like really bringing the truth. As far as cyber is concerned, and
Thank
even
you.
the awareness. I don't think so. Anybody else has done so much what the media does. So thank you so much for always focusing on the cyber crimes and the latest modus operandi and everything. Now, as far as the bots are concerned, no, they are not a passe. They still there because you still need a large number of messages so that it gets amplified at other places. But what it is happening right now is that first there was just quantity, the same message going to, let's say, thousands of people or thousand of bots sending the same message, right? Now, thanks to the AI, okay, that there are still these bots, but there are thousand separate messages. So first we were able to identify, look, it's the same punctuations, it's the same words, it's the same character count and all. And everything was just that one message copy paste. Now it's not copy
Okay.
paste. So now I'm
Hmm.
just telling AI, this is one message. Please put it up in 200 different ways. I asked those 200 bots to send it to 2 lakh people. So it's just becoming, so now with quantity there's also quality, making it harder to
Hmm.
detect. Earlier it was easier to detect because same character length, same everything was same, the words and everything. So you would say, oh, and we would see on Twitter, um, that how people would post that the same message is being sent by different politicians and all that. So now, I mean, maybe the
Thanks to
IT cell
AI.
doesn't has to work. The IT cell just tells ChatGPT that, listen, I mean, IT cell of any party, by the way. So it tells ChatGPT, this is one message, give me 200 variations of it, rest we will take care.
Okay, so which are these generative AI apps that they generally use?
So
You
I think
said you
Google,
talked about ChatGPT, but which are the other ones?
See, I mean, there are several. It's just a matter of googling. It's nothing that okay, this is their favorite one. Of course, ChatGPT, it works the best. Now you also have Google Bard as such. So whatever, like generally it's these two, but there could be
Hmm.
many more because they're just coming up like quite a lot. Every day we see something or the other. So there's
Hmm.
writers, there is ChatGPT, there is Google Bard. There's several more as such, wherein it is doing the this particular job. So
Hmm.
now this integration, see, AI is being integrated in everything, and I'm talking to you in the positive sense also.
Hmm.
Whether
Hmm.
it's hospitals, whether it is media, whether it is writing, whether it is films, or whether it's TV shows, news shows also. We are seeing the cloned versions of some anchors. So we're seeing all that. So there is the positive thing to it.
So this year we have elections in Argentina, and next year we have elections in the US. We have elections here. We have elections in other countries also. So which are the ways that AI can influence an election campaign? And in almost all other countries, like in the West, they are talking about it, and but hundreds of articles are coming out every day. So. But not as many articles are coming out in India. So I'm just making a statement of fact. I'm not trying to judge. So what, as a cybersecurity specialist, what kind of disinformation that do you think would you advise voters to be wary of?
So, Ullekh, if you see earlier how it was, like let's talk about like few years back. Uh, I remember giving my first TEDx talk back in 2018, where I spoke about the unknown, unheard, and unseen cybercrimes, and how these unheard, unseen, and unknown will become known, seen, and heard every day. And that was the time I said 5 years from now, so I'm talking about 2018. I said 5 years from now, that's in 2023, this will become a part of your daily routine, not AI. I'm talking about the misuse of AI. And we are seeing this happening. I mean, it was Rashmika, then it was Kajol, it's been our Prime Minister himself. I mean, there's a
Hmm.
deep fake almost of every particular person. And so earlier, as I said, what would happen was you would have to make one website, start posting content. Somebody had to read that content. I mean, create that content so that, and then they had to market it. But now it's all done in a jiffy. You just tell ChatGPT, or there are specific AI-based journalistic websites. I mean, where especially for journalists also, wherein you can just say, "I'm writing for the New York Times," and so it already knows how the kind of language the readers would understand in New York. I mean, the New York Times readers.
Times.
And if that same article had to be written for, let's say, Times of India or Hindustan Times, how it has to compose and give it to you. So now, so instead of that one article, I've got like, I give the same context, and now I'm able to create, let's say, 100 such articles.
Hmm.
Okay.
So.
And I just start putting it on my websites. It's going to be very easy, very much believable, extremely believable, as much as believable as we saw that the deepfake was actually Rashmika and actually it was Kajol. So these articles and is going to be very, very believable. Now, what do we have to do? I think we've come back to the time of Gandhiji's three monkeys, where he would say, don't speak evil, don't see evil, and don't hear evil. I would say, don't trust what you read, don't trust what you hear, and don't even trust what you see. So I imagine, how can you be so sure like the one sitting over here is actually me, the human being, and not an AI of mine or a deepfake of mine? And this is how it is going to be. We've already seen that one anchor has created a deepfake of hers. She's cloned
Hmm.
herself, and every day she reads out the news. But imagine that's just a script.
Hmm.
Now we are going to get so advanced that she wouldn't even need a script. She would just need keywords, and she'll create the whole thing. And just imagine. So there is no way. You look at a scam that happened in Kerala,
Hmm.
okay, with one Radhakrishnan, around about 67-year-old. His friend calls him. They speak, and they're speaking after a long time, but he recognizes his voice. He says, "Hi Venu, how have you been? Do you remember our good old days? How we would hang out in the canteen?" And this guy is asking, "Oh, how's your daughter now? Where is she?" And everything, so much of inside information also. And then he tells Radhakrishnan, "Can you just lend me 40,000 rupees?" He
Hmm.
says, "Listen, can you just do a video call?" He just wanted to confirm.
mm,
He does a video call. He sees Venu over there, and Venu says hi to Radhakrishnan, and he says, "Please just send me that 40,000 rupees," and he does that. This was a deep fake. The voice was also the deep fake. So Radhakrishnan wasn't speaking at all to any real person. He wasn't even seeing the real person. So
mm.
please understand, Ullekh, what is going to happen now? We are at a stage. It's going to get so difficult to identify or to say that the left one is a deepfake and the right one is the human.
Again, you're pointing to the fact that it has become far easier. When internet
Yes,
originated, it was very difficult for people to use it, and over the years everything became very user friendly. So in that
right.
sense, AI is also becoming extremely user friendly. So is that what you're saying, is that adds
Yes,
to the aggravates the danger of it?
absolutely. Because I'm sure everybody knows about morphing, right?
Mm,
Morphing is something like, you take a head of somebody, put it on the nude body of somebody else. I mean, the nude morphing I'm talking about. There are various things of morphing. Morphing is used for positive things also, and you use it, but in the negative part of it, you put it on. But now, earlier, what you had to do, if this is a brown skin, you needed a brown nude body. And if this is a fat brown, so you needed something which goes with the body. So getting that mix was a task. It would take days. Then you would Photoshop it. You would really need the skill as such of Photoshopping. The fraudsters, they weren't good at that. Only to harass people, they would just take somebody's face, put it on that, and then they would just malign them, right? In fact, one of the girls in 2013 committed suicide because of that. Her face, I mean, she was brown, very thin, put on a very, very fair body, and the entire village would say, "What have you done?" I mean, she would say, "How is it even my body? You look at the color on the face and look at the color down over here." Nobody believed she committed suicide. Now this is then. Now we got a deep nude in whatever angle you're sitting. Now imagine in the earlier one, if you were sitting like that, you actually needed a body because your face would also have to look over there. The nude body also had to be in that position. Now getting this combination would be very difficult. But now you just take a picture of mine right away. Even a screenshot will do. Just put on any of these nudify apps. It's available like in dozens, and within
mm.
5 seconds, it gives you the complete nude image of the woman.
And
And
it's
again,
very easy for people to log in
very
and use it.
very
Mm,
easy. Cloning your voice. Now you're putting this on YouTube. Your voice is available. My voice, I mean, is there on 500 plus videos on YouTube, right? Cloning my voice, cloning your voice. And that's the reason the threat is going to be the major threat. Yes, one is this politics thing. But even in politics, imagine a celeb's voice. I mean, certain celeb voices and big politicians' voices, they're already available online for
mm,
free to use. They are like
mm,
templates available. So you take
mm,
one big celeb's voice, give him a script, ask him what he has to, just give him the command that you need to say this. So it just says, Bhayo, Beno, I am requesting you that this in this election, please think 10 times before voting over there. I have already seen how bad they are, or he may be speaking for any party in any language, whatever it is. We could have some star from the south, somebody from the north, some singer, some industrialist also saying that we need to be extremely careful. And that voice, the whole thing is before it is brought down, it becomes
mm,
so much viral.
mm,
Again,
mm.
gossip travels faster than the speed of light
Yeah,
also.
news. Yeah. So, do you think companies that dole out generative AI services, can they make some kind of an effort to control it, or is it even beyond the control of these companies that have made these apps?
So I now you tell me, how can nudifying somebody be good at all? Okay. Suppose if it is chat GPT, you see 100 good things about it. You can
Yes.
write articles, you can write scripts, you can write codes in it. You can ask something about health related. You can ask so many things to it, the positive things. But asking an app to nude somebody, how is it even positive or useful to anyone in the world? I don't think so. There is any such, like, you don't need it in advertising, you don't need it in medical, that, okay, let me notify the person and then look, okay, what it could be. It's not even used in research. So forget talking about these apps, forget about the one who's developed it. Let's come back to basics. Why is this app on a Play Store? Why are such apps online? When you can ban porn websites, X Hamster and Desis and whatever it is, why isn't this being banned? How long will that take? What technology do you need for that? Nothing. Why aren't we? So, I think we directly just go and jump straight to those people or whatever. Some things that we can do. So, I am seeing this pattern. Either the normal citizen should be aware or directly the creator should be held responsible. What about the intermediaries?
Mm.
So, it's a very simple thing. The website is there. What efforts have you put to bring that website down? Now, don't tell me
Mm.
there are thousands of them. There are, in fact, millions of porn websites, and you made it difficult for people to see. But these are not even hundreds.
Mm.
The weed is spreading, and
Mm.
if we don't act now, which means we haven't learned our lessons from the past, only.
Hmm. So, and what is the challenges? What are the challenges at this, juncture for fact checkers? Because fact checkers used to take pride in the fact that they could do searches online. Come out with similarities between various images, and also something. In the case of even the war in Israel, there are lots of images that have been brought up from a distant past, and passed
Right.
off as something that is new. But fact checkers are able to fact check and call these people out. But what are the challenges now with the generative AI entering the scene for fact checkers?
It's just going to make things difficult for them.
Hmm.
It's going to make it extremely difficult. In fact, now the fact checkers will have to adopt AI to help them fact check.
Are there software specifically to target these kind of fake products?
No, I don't think so. Maybe, but
Hmm.
it must be being built and all, because you just
Yeah.
put up some, because see, there is already like those reverse image searches have already been there. So
Hmm.
just now adding the AI, I mean, reverse image search is also, I would say, somewhere it is very closely linked to an AI kind of thing, not exactly
Hmm.
AI, but yeah, now these reverse image searches and all, they themselves will also have to integrate a AI to a large extent.
Hmm.
So somewhere even the fact checkers need to depend on such kind of apps or websites for their fact checking purposes, where it is, because earlier it was very easy to find the needle. Okay, now the needle is in the haystack. It's going to become very
Hmm.
difficult. It's going to be
Hmm.
very difficult to find out. Okay, because as I told you, misinformation travels like anything. Its speed is
Yeah.
faster than anything else. So
Hmm.
by the time they want to fact check also, this image would have been like at already the deep fake image would have already been 100 places, making the fact checker believe that yeah, this would be the right one.
Yeah, and I am surprised, and you are an expert, so you are not, you may not be surprised about the fact that Indians take to technology very fast, and we are the first ones in the world among politicians also to use hologram, and we are the first ones in the 2021 Delhi elections. BJP politician in Delhi, Mr.
Yes.
Tiwari, was the first one to use AI in election campaign. So
Yeah.
you can say these are for positive purposes, but even if you look at other technology platforms like WhatsApp and all, they had to redraw, and they had to tweak their policies in response to situations in India, like when the lynchings of Muslims happened around 2014 and 2015. The government complained that this is happening because of WhatsApp messaging, and so they had to bring down the number of people in a single group that can be accommodated in a single group to 256. Of course, now it has increased, but globally, many technology companies, including social media companies, are forced to make specific policies for India, and then it becomes global. So what is it about Indians and technology that India is not a country, India is not a fully literate country or anything like that, but why is it that Indians take so easily to technology?
I think that's one this thing about one quality about social media, it makes you feel that this information needs to be shared. And if you see, firstly, about our population, we are the most populous country of the world now. We've crossed
Yeah,
China
yeah.
also. And secondly, the adaptation. We've adopted smartphones much faster compared to others. So again, the reason one is population, and the second reason is the price. The price of these all these devices have come down very sharply. Thirdly,
Hmm.
the most important element is, even if you have a smartphone and even now you're on social media, what you really need is the data. Now 5G itself is so affordable. 4G
mm,
was also like, it was like water. So people were just enjoying this, sending it, because they didn't have to worry about the data as such.
mm,
Bring the data back to the prices of the levels of other countries, and I feel this will automatically stop. In the sense, it will reduce. It may not stop. The
but
data
that
that,
that we won't agree that that's a good solution, but
of course, you
maybe.
won't agree, but I'm just telling you,
uh,
in order, if we have to experiment this, just bring the price of the data very high, and you will see that things are going down. But
uh,
maybe again, what will happen is, like, we are kind of used to this kind of gossip. The social media
uh,
is nothing but it's a gossip. Everybody
mm,
wants to do like a tom tom of themselves and all.
mm,
Everybody wants me to be the first person to share. So this first person, no, you tell me, so many messages we get. Do we really read? No, just read few words out of it, and we just want to forward. Oh, okay, this guy is this supporter. Let me send to him. Okay, this guy is anti this thing. Let me send this one message to him. I think drama has become a part of our life now.
yeah, yeah.
We need
I
that
think it's a
entertainment all the
cultural
time.
thing. I think it's a
It is.
cultural thing to do it.
And
So
it's always been. I mean, even in
uh,
villages, even earlier in our apartments, we needed something to share
yeah,
about others. So again, this is
yeah.
about others. So we just want to share about it.
Mm. So, deep fake is one example that we know. And which are the other examples of how that you can tell me of how AI can distort and influence things, in this age of election season, in this time of election season, I'm talking specifically about election campaigns.
So related to election campaign, then it is basically, for me, it's just two things right now. One is the deep fake videos as such, which you saw, like, let's say, for example, of our Prime Minister Modi himself, extremely realistic. And the second one, as I told you, is deep fake audios. So we have deep fake videos and deep fake audios. These are the two most concerning things, because as far as the messages are concerned and other kind of things, even if I have to tell AI to generate 200 messages and send it across, all those things are okay, because the video always creates the maximum impact as compared to the audio. And with 5G, you're seeing, I mean, most of the people have moved on to 5G. The handsets are 5G enabled. Even 4G is not so bad, right? They're just able to download videos so fast, so people don't mind watching it. And as I told you, data is seriously very cheap, right? So,
Mm,
so for me, the major concerns are these audios and videos.
mm,
The
mm,
audios
mm,
coming from some industrialists, the audios coming from some politicians, or
mm,
some celebrities saying not to vote or whatever it is, or things like
mm.
that. I personally feel we are going to see a lot more drama this time, in the sense, through the videos and all.
2014 is the election when we saw a major use of technology in election campaigns through Facebook and other things. Each area or each branch or each polling booth had some Facebook page and things like that. Especially if you're talking about the campaign of Mr. Narendra Modi in the run up to the 2014 elections, and even before that, of course, he's the first person in the country or in the world as a politician to have used a hologram. So 2014, and then we moved on to 2019, and WhatsApp became very important, Twitter became very important. And how different do you think these elections of next year going to be, thanks to these new technologies? And will there be something that will stand out? Is it ChatGPT, or is it a mix of everything?
I think it will be a mix of everything, and I won't be surprised. You just upload your face, okay, a high quality, like, picture of yours, zoomed in with your face, you upload it, and
Mm,
you get an the technology is making you sit along with the particular politician, or with the prime minister, or with the president, or whatever, and you feel like wow about it, right? And so I won't be surprised about that. In fact, if I had to be the campaign manager, I would have used this. Okay, Modi ji, please come and just let us shoot this particular part of you, and then we have, like, Ullekh just posts his picture, and he sees shaking hand with the prime minister, and prime minister hugging him, and all these things. So this is just what happened last week, last week, right, with Shah Rukh Khan. So
mm,
ITC created this dark fantasy with SRK. You just need to you upload your picture, and you see you sitting next to Shah Rukh Khan, talking to him, he's holding you, and everything like that. So this I mean, this is the positive part of the deep fake also, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
happened this year, what happened even last year with Shah Rukh Khan and Cadbury's. This time it was with Shah Rukh and ITC. So
Mm.
it's going to that level. So when social media 2014, they used social media at that point of time, whether it was Twitter, this, that, maybe we are going to use, maybe, as I told you, if I had to be the campaign manager, I would have suggested that.
In a way, I think, with newer and newer technologies coming, I hope we'll also evolve as human beings. In a way, do you think it's going to happen that
No,
we'll
no,
no
no,
no.
no. I think this is going to be the scariest period, you know, of this AI, because there are no regulations. There's nobody to control. As I just told you about Deep Nude, I mean, they started with a deepnude.gg that was brought down. Now they have the deepnude.cc. Tomorrow they will have some deepnude.xx. We don't know about that, right?
Mm,
So no regulations, no collaborations between the countries, no proactive monitoring, nothing being done by these technology giants. For them it's easy. In fact, they have invested so much of money in countering deepfakes. So then why am I not able to see a screen? Like how we get a trigger warning? Why I'm not able to see, okay, this is an AI generated video. I should get that, right?
mm.
But again, be aware.
They're not doing
I
it.
need to
You're
be
saying
aware.
they're not doing it.
They're not doing it. Why?
Mm.
Did you see somewhere on Twitter or something like that this is AI generated? No.
No, but there was a news from the US that said that Open AI had committed to not encouraging or curtailing content that is going to be targeted at any particular community. But I tried it on Open AI, writing something like that for an experimental purpose. They have not blocked anything.
No, they haven't.
Mm.
They haven't. Even if there are ways, like we still have ways. Like in our group, we were discussing. We wanted to create a malware, a
Yeah, yeah.
malicious software to hack
Uh,
and all. So we said, okay, create a malware. So earlier it would. Now it says no. This is against this thing. Now we give it different commands.
mm,
Through those different commands, we are able to get the code.
mm.
So we need to understand that our intelligence should outsmart the artificial intelligence. But then how
So
many of us are actually so intelligent?
Mm. So, if you are, suppose you are the election commissioner of India, the main person, what would you do in these elections?
Oh, well, I'm not so, we Mumbai people are generally not so much into that election things and all. So,
Even, this is not just about elections, it's also about human life, daily life. You have AI encroaching onto your lives every day. I mean, you have written about it, you have talked about it, and every day you encounter it and you help people live better, come out of the traumas by tracking down people who are bullies, cyber bullies, and who do these things. So you do a lot of work on that. So it's not just elections. We are talking about elections because the context here is
then I
elections.
would, Ullekh, in that case, go very tough on them.
Mm,
The thing is, we are not going tough on anyone. I don't know
mm,
somehow why we are, well, the reasons are actually known, but I just can't say it out over here. We
mm,
are very soft towards intermediaries. We feel like whatever we want to convey, and especially the government wants to convey, or any government as a matter of fact, it cannot do without the help of these social media giants. Somewhere I feel, I think, they're really enjoying the safe harbor in India. We are not just getting tough with people. We got, okay, we did those, we got in the intermediary guidelines and all, but still we see people are like, I know these victims who are coming, they're talking about their nudes and many more things. It's getting extremely difficult, to get down such news also. So if, as you said, if I had to be the election commissioner, or I would have like sent a very strong signal that you come out with any such thing, then whether it's your platform, whether you have hosted it, you're the user, all of you will face the brunt. We just go after only that one person. Why? I think
mm,
the entire chain. So like, let me share this thing about child sexual abuse material. What could go worse than that, right? 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 12 years, and I'm not talking about AI, I'm actually talking about they being filmed and all. If you really want to send a strong message and you don't want there, so not just that your act has to be, the law has to be very strict, it has to be so proactive that the you offer the counseling to the kid, you find out who other people were also involved, get all of them also into that, make sure they face the toughest punishment. Then question the parents, what is that you're doing wrong, that the child was taken away and that you weren't aware about it, then on what platform it was there, how could this platform be over there, and if this is not one, if this is 10 platforms, question all 10 platforms. So the thing is,
Mm,
even for the AI part of it, I think it's the entire, the ecosystem that is going to be responsible. So now
mm,
please don't repeat the same mistake what you did for cyber crimes, that okay, awareness is the key, awareness is the key. I think no, the fear is the key, and the fear, I don't want to have the fear of me losing money. Do you have any fear when your money is kept in the bank? No, right? RBI and all has tightened up it, so this thing. The laws are so strict that the bank even can't think about making you lose your 1 rupee. So here, fear is the key. This
mm,
entire AI based thing, the entire ecosystem should have that fear that if my stuff is going to get misused, then I will be responsible.
mm, mm, mm. But this is again the time for elections. So what they are doing elsewhere, the coverage in the media about the possibilities of the misuse of AI is getting a lot of coverage. Why do you think that it's not getting as much coverage in India?
Probably I feel they're just not understanding the seriousness of it, as to how it can damage them also. Right now they may be thinking that okay, the AI is there, okay, fine, we'll use it for the opposition to bring down the opposition, but they're just not understanding that this could backfire on them also.
Hmm. So my final question to you, Ritesh, is like, you know, with all these things coming onto the surface, is dark web as good as dead?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's dead long back. I think it was always a hype. I mean, being a darknet researcher myself, I always felt it's more of a hype. Ask for anything, and it's there already there on surface web. Like, let me tell you, we just made that noise about those 81 crore data available and all, right?
Yes, yes.
So what had happened over there? So there was actually the sample data was of 2 lakhs. Okay.
Mm,
Now that 2 lakh data was there, but it had the Aadhaar numbers, and hence a lot of noise was created. Just day before yesterday, my team comes and tells me it's resurfaced. Now somebody else is selling, and he's given 5 lakhs of data, but without Aadhaar number. We downloaded that 5 lakhs. We had this 2 lakhs over here. So now we have 7 lakhs of data. So
mm,
somewhere I feel yes, that 81 crore thing could be true, but at the same time, so why I'm saying the dark web is actually dead, because just if you look at it over there, this is already on surface web. You go onto
mm,
a particular website and you see it over there. It's already
mm,
over there, that okay, that this kind of data is available. I mean, even you can go. So what's left
mm.
on dark web, I think.
So thanks a lot, Ritesh. Thank you for your time, and
My
thank
pleasure.
you for your insightful comments, Ritesh. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ullekh, for having me. Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye.